Hello, good morning, and happy Friday. It's about time. It feels like this week was a little bit longer than most for me. So I'm super happy to be done. Hello, Isitsu. How are you doing today? Also, it's starting to get nice and cold out. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts snowing here pretty soon. It usually snows by Halloween. So the question will be like before, on, or after. You're making really good progress today. That's great. And also, hello, Tom Brodowski. How are you doing today? Or how are you both doing today? So looking up where we left off yesterday, we're gonna pull in the chrono trait. What chrono trait? Chrono crate. So we can get that the naive UTC date time. I don't really know what naive date time means. Maybe this will show us. So, anyways, if we go to uh, here, chrono. All right, so pretty standard. Just chrono. Well, let's take a look at what the types are. So let's open up new cargo add chrono. Okay, so I don't need doc test. I don't need internal bench, alloc criterion, libc, pure rest locales, regive, rusty serialized serde, and unstable locales. I wonder if I'm gonna need serde. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, so try to remember that if we run into any weird issues where it's like attempting to save into the database, I wonder if it's gonna be a serde thing. But okay, so if I have the chrono trait, I can I can now use. Okay, so I want to do task dot. I guess like let's just do now. Like let's now equals chrono. We think that it's gonna be okay now. I still don't see it. If I put this in here, I'm not showing the type. Let's open up because I didn't forget this. I We're gonna do a doc build. Cargo doc. And I kept this as a tab. Okay, so we should find chrono. And I wonder, is there a now function? There is. Okay, so chrono offset local now, instant now, the current time expressed in milliseconds. There's now UTC. Returns a. Okay, so we could just do this one. Oh, these are types. Oh, but this works. Okay, so now impl UTC. Okay, I did. I was just hoping that like I could just type now and it would work. So these are UTC. Okay, so I was really hoping that like if I just did something like this, it would find it in here, but it doesn't look like it is, which is too bad. I wonder if it hasn't really looked through the new crate yet. Okay, so if we do chrono UTC. There we go. That gives us the state time, and then can we do the naive UTC? That gives us a naive date time. There we go. Then for this task completed at, do task completed at equals set sum now. You're probably gonna yell at me because of mute not mutable. Yeah. Okay. So that seems to be fine. Then we're gonna save it. So we'll do task.save. I don't know if I actually care about what's coming back. Like just a 200, I think, is okay. Okay, so insert the model. So db. We will await. That gives us a result. So we need to. I don't care about the model anymore. So I think I just want to map error. And if there's an error, I want to return an app error. This would be an internal server error. We return that. We get to here, and we question mark you, and we do that. Otherwise, we return OK. All right, I think that's good. Hey, I don't have an error. I don't have any errors or any warning. I have 4 warnings, but that's not involved in here. So let's try this. I guess it gets longer as we go through because we're actually succeeding with more tests before it finds the failures. Raticide, hello, good morning. How are you doing today? Okay, update task. We should be able to mark a task as completed, and that is completed. Excellent. Okay, we should be able to mark a task, a test. Oh, that's a bug. Hold on, let's fix that. We should be able to mark. Okay, so you are backend test, and here a task as not completed. Okay. So my guess is this is very much similar. What is this doing? So we marked it as completed. Oh, and then there's a URL for uncompleted. Okay, so it's basically exactly the same thing, but uncompleted. Okay, makes sense. Go to mod. I might as well start from the other side because I kind of know what we're doing here. So it's going to be very similar to this, isn't it? So I could probably just copy you. So mark uncompleted. We get the extension. We get the task ID. We find by ID. Get one. Await map. Okay, Okay, yeah. So we're finding this thing. Okay, or else. Well, no. Okay, so yes, I don't actually need to get now. Now, I want to set this to be just a none. Oh, but there is no such thing. I can't do that. It's going to be a set to is null. Null, no mute. Oh, it's like set null, isn't it? Set. I forget exactly what I did it up here, didn't I? One of my sets. Oh, is null. Okay, so in this case, it probably okay. Never mind. This probably is a none. Uh, Getting confused with all the different ways to do stuff. Okay, so I want to set you to none. Then we save you and map that error. Okay, so we should be good here. Okay, mark uncompleted. We're gonna come back and use that. Okay, so it's the exact same thing to here. Let's see if that works. I could also do a one test where I'm just testing like that one thing also. However, it is nice to know if we like went backwards and I've like accidentally regressed somehow. All right, 6 failed. That succeeded. There we go. We should not build a mark test as not completed. Okay. So next up, should be able to update all fields in the task. Now, when we're saying, oh yeah, look at this. Okay, so it should be able to update all fields in a task and then can update some of the task without losing data. So this is the difference between a put and a patch. This is going to be a put because it's an atomic update, and a patch is just some of the stuff. Kevin, good morning. Hello. How are you doing today? So it looks like we're going to do a put for just task ID. So let's come into here and we'll do a hub async function. Let's just do like atomic update. All right, we're going to need the extensions. So extension db extension database connection. I'm going to need the task ID. Um, Something here, so mark uncompleted, something I'm a little bit concerned about looking at our tests here. ICA should not be able to mark other users' task as completed. I don't see a should not be able to mark other users' task as uncompleted. So I'm a little bit concerned that I like forgot one of the uh one of those things. I'm gonna update the README. Oh, here is my reminder of how that thing is gonna work. Interesting. Okay. I'll need that right now. Um, this is look into. I want to look into to make sure that are we testing user cannot uh, uncheck another user's tasks. Okay. We may have to update those tests. But okay. Until then, back to you. Okay, so atomic update. We're going to take in the DB. We're going to take the task ID. We do we have tests for this too? Did I sort of get lazy? Can update some of the tasks without losing data. Should be able to update all fields of the task in the task. Yeah, this is like all types of updates. All types of updates. Patch atomic are covered by or like other users can't, like are guarded, so that other users can't update each any task they want. Okay, so we have this. I don't know if we need anything else necessarily right now. We are going to return a result. And I don't actually know if I have anything where we're requiring that. So we return nothing and then an app error. Let's return that at the very end. The very first thing is we have to get this task. Task. Oh, and this is going to be mutable. So mute task equals. All right, so this is going to be tasks. We're going to do the find by ID. Task ID. Just get one. I'm purposely not going to put in the checks for user stuff because I want to make sure that that actually happens. And then we can go in and like maybe update the test later if it'll just allows us to do anything. Or at least it doesn't fail. It should fail a test somewhere. Okay, so we get that. We have this result options. Let's map error. Okay, so we return that. We question mark u. That gives us an option model. If we don't have it, that's a bad thing. So we want to do that okay or else. All right, and that's a different app error. All right, so we're gonna do a not found. Okay. Now I do that and I get a result still. Wait, what was happening here? So I have a result model. And I do that. and I still have a result model? Oh, right. Then I want to do an into active model. Wait, into. Oh, wait, question mark this into active model. Why is it still a result? Find by ID. I await here. I call it so I get future output. So I wait result option. So I get the result out, which then becomes the option. So I do an OK or else, and then I question mark U. Why is that still a result? I turn that into an app error. Oh, it's a result output. Oh, I'm okay. So can you tell me into active model? No. Okay. So what happened here? You are closure expected to take 0 arguments, but take 1. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, or else. This doesn't have an actual error in here. I was just okay, fine. That was my problem. I screwed up the okay or else. Thank you for that, Kevin. That gives us this model here, and now I want to. So I have the model into active model. There we go. There we go. So this is something that like bothers me a little bit with Rust Analyzer is if there's an error somewhere else in the code, just like it it's like everything stops working or when it starts giving you like not not really accurate information. And I keep on forgetting that mean that I have to go up and find another error first and work on that. Uh, all right, so we now have a mutable task. I have this task ID here. Oh, so I need the task coming in. So this is an atomic update, which means everything about a task is uh, coming in. So I have this task here. I would imagine this is everything that we're pulling in. I'm also really curious. So should be able to update all fields in the task. What are we doing? Oh, this is going to be a patch. Okay, so it's going to be a patch, and therefore we're going to pass in everything. Okay, so we're not going to do any puts at all. Even our atomic is going to be a... Okay. So let's update you. I'm not going to make you atomic then. This is just update. Which means you're sending in... We create the task. Update task. Priority, title, description, and completed at are all being updated here manually, sort of. So priority, title, description, completed at. So where's my task? Priority title completed at description. Oh, but there's no ID. Um, yeah, I'm not sending the ID in, which is fine because I don't want to accidentally set the ID for this. I wonder if I want to make this an option here. Because as far as JavaScript is concerned, that's just going to work. Now, if I do that, a whole bunch of you have to change. This is ID is now going to be sum. Okay. So then, okay, now I can use this. Now I can use this. Oh, wait. Was that a response task? That's just task. Oh, but this is a request task. Yeah, that's. I think what I should probably do. So I want you to be update still. I should probably use this. The response, the request task. So priority title, description, and completed at. So pub completed at is an option string, I think. And so we're going to get this with JSON request task. You are a JSON request task. Okay. Mute. Okay, so mute task. We get the mutable task here. We have the request task, and now we want to start making changes to it. But only if these exist, right? And everything in request task needs to be, everything here needs to be an option. Because what if the title, yeah, you need to be an option. That makes you upset. So the from request. Okay, so the from request for request task. Oh, this entire fun thing. Oh, I forgot about it. Okay. So title is going to be body dot title dot um I'm not returning an error here, right? I'm not, I don't think. Return is core pin box done future send result self rejection. I could do a okay, so self rejection. So if the extractor fails to use this rejection type, rejection is kind of error that can be converted into a response. Pub type rejection into response. I wonder if I can then do an app error here. So hold on, let's do this here. Title equals and this is into a just request task. Okay. I wonder if I actually want it to be different then. I wonder if I want this to be a completely different type for updated task where it's an option here, whereas like creating is not optional. Like it's absolutely required. I I'm sort of wavering on what I want to do here. Cuz maybe this would be the best for this. What did I miss? Oh yeah, that's what I missed. Self Oh, completed. Okay, yeah. So completed at wouldn't be in here either. I would want another struct So I wonder if then I want there's like almost 100 lines of just struct uh definitions here. I wonder if I would want these to be in another file just to make it simpler. Because like if I now do, this is going to be a update request task. Let's start the same, right? So request update task. You are going to have a pub, and we have it here, right? So it's priority, title, description, and completed at. So priority, but all of these are optional, right? So option string pub priority title option string pub description option string pub completed at is an option string. Okay. We need to derive serialize and deserialize. I could actually okay. So I wonder if I can do a naive date time. Huh, interesting. What was this other type? Was it naive date or what naive date time? It was a naive date time. Oh, I wonder if I don't have access to that. I could do a date time. Date time UTC maybe. Now if I want to do this, because we're deserializing this, I absolutely must now pull in. Why is my struct using pub fields? First of all, I need to pull stuff out of it. So it's like two reasons. Down here, I'm gonna have to pull out of the request task, which is this is now going to be a request update task. So I'm gonna have to take the update task. I need to get the fields off of it and then add them to this task here. So it needs to be public just so I can access it. I think the other thing is because it's being used in macros and some other fun stuff, it's gonna basically say like, hey, it's like we're doing public stuff to it, and therefore we need to have it. I can actually show you what the error is gonna be if let's say I leave the pub off here, for example. Let's bring in add chrono. We want Serde. Okay. So then down here, okay, so we have a request task. Oh, it's strange to you since we're in the same module. Yeah, we're in the same module, but I'm not in the same, like I'm not in an impl for it. So it's actually not my struct, if that makes sense. Or it's not this code's struct. But here we can play around with it. I'm so used to also using like pub or private, so like maybe I'm not maybe I'm mistaken there because I'm just like I always think about things in different files. So could be. Let's find out whether or not I'm right or wrong. Mute task. Okay, so now we start doing this. I only want to set this if it's different. So we're going to have a bunch of if statements here. So if our request task dot sure completed at, we're doing this. So if you're some, but I really could just do if let some this is going to be completed at equal to request task dot completed at. Not yelling at me so far, so you're probably right. Okay, so we're gonna do a task dot completed at equals set some completed at dot to naive UTC. Okay. If let some so what's the next one? Description. Description equals set some description. Okay. Priority is next. All right, I think the last one is the title. That one doesn't get a sum because it's not an option in a database. Okay, so we do all those things. Then we're going to save the task. So task.save db. Okay, so then that gives us this pin box future. So we await, which now gives us an error, I believe. So, gonna map error. All right, so status code. This is gonna be an internal server error. Okay, so we get that. I'm gonna question mark u. I wish it showed me what type this was next. Maybe I can just return something from here. Okay, so we have the active model out of here now. And because I've saved it, I don't really need to do anything with this. So now we just, if we get to this point, we return out of here. Oh, I'm not returning the string error. We're doing that. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna handle updates. So API v1 task ID, and then that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the update. And then I want a patch and a pull in update. Okay, no strong errors. Yeah, so I think Kevin, you're correct. I don't think I actually need to do the pub on there. I keep on forgetting that because I so often do have my structs in different files, or I'm using them in something like you, in which they're being exposed anyways, and I don't really have a choice. So yeah, that's the thing. Flint Rusty, hello. I'm doing good. We are working through Axum here, which Axum and CRM, which are both really nice. I'm still liking them quite a bit. Ooh, interesting. So we're missing. Okay, so we missed something and should be able to update all fields in the task. What happened here? We got a 422. Oh, and that's it. That's all we got. Can I see what happened here? No, you did not tell me anything. Yeah, okay. Is because you almost never see a pub field. You don't remember the last time you used pub? Oh man, if you use like you or front end stuff, almost everything becomes pub because it's being auto exposed through macros, which are fun. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at the test to see what happened here. So should be able to update all fields in the task. We got a 422 back. A 422. Internal server error, internal server error, or not found. That shouldn't be any of these. What's a 422? Hi. If you bring your ball over here, I'll throw it for you. Zilby's just in the other room, yelling at me. Okay, so HTTP. Oh, you got it. SSU. Unprocessable entity. Um, Interesting. Okay, so what does that really mean? Indicates the server understands the content type, the request entity, and the syntax of the request entity is correct, but it was unable to process the contained instructions. Oh, I wonder if it's the date. I wonder if it's the date. If I where's that request update? I did this datetime UTC. What if I just do date time? No, it'd be uh don't know chrono daytime. Can I do that? Maybe. Oh, I can't do naive UTC from that. Okay. So no, not. Are there other methods I can do? Dot. Uh. Can serialize timestamp. Oh, we could do to string, and to string might actually work. Like, oh, but there's still an error here, so no, that doesn't work. Oh, expected naive date time found string. Okay, so I think what we need to do here. Okay, so you can't be a chrono date time. What am I sending? Let's see what I'm sending here. An update task completed at. I'm doing a UTC string. Okay, so if I'm doing a UTC string, I want something with UTC. Yeah, I wonder if I need to tell it because like that it doesn't know what this is. Um, let's actually go in. Okay, so let's rebuild the documentation again. Now that I've added Sirde, and let's see if I can find in here um, serialization stuff. So I guess like we have date time, daytime UTC, Sirde. Serialization, deserialization, and alternate formats. Oh, the various modules in here are intended to be used with surveys with annotation to serialize as something other than the default. RFC. Okay, what's the default format? Do you have like a really quick? Well, okay, that's not really helpful. So there's milliseconds, nacoseconds, option TS seconds. Um, it's not really what I want. Oh, daytime UTC. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's a different thing. Maybe instead of daytime UTC like this, I do date time UTC like that. You're upset. Okay, so I want you to be completed at dot um naive UTC. Okay, let's try this again. It didn't immediately fail, so that's a good sign. That still didn't work here. Daytime UTC is a type alias. Ah, okay. So we got a 422. I was hoping that would work. I was hoping that would work. Okay. So I also didn't get an error here when that was happening, which I really would have liked there to have been an error printed out if we're gonna get a 422. Um, but maybe there's more to it. So the error probably happens on the extractor here. So let's first start with taking this request update task, and we'll just say, hey, you know what? Just give me an option string. Give me an option string. Down here, we now have a completed at. That's a string coming in here. Without actually setting anything, let's just print this out. So yeah, that happens a lot because like there's that very like short delay. We might both see some things at the exact same time, but it will sort of like feel like one after the other. Okay, so complete that. Let's just log this. So let's debug completed that. And I want to see that come out here. I mean, I'm hoping it's going to come out here. Also, this should not give us a 422 anymore, but it should fail because we didn't update the completed at. Huh, that succeeded. All right, so this is what we're getting. Friday, October 14th, 2022, 13:44:20 GMT. Okay. And that's what's happening when I get this now 2 UTC string and I'm sending this down. I'm patching this. Should be able to update all tasks. Oh, look at this. I think. I think that this is incorrect. I should expect db task dot completed at. I want this to now be this. What do you exactly look like? I can't remember what exactly it looks like in the database. Been a while. We might be able to go in and jump into this. Okay, so I want to do a Docker compose. I think we just call it database. So I want to exec. Oh yeah, here. This just brings us in. Okay, so I'm in the database. I think this table was called tasks. Yeah, tasks. Okay. So then I want to select star from tasks where deleted at is not null. Actually, you know what? Just to make this a little bit simpler, let's only get deleted at because that's all I care about. Okay. Almost every single one of these is this format. But if I put this into a date, it should be exactly the same thing, shouldn't it? So we get this. I should be able to put this into a date. So let completed at equals new date. We're going to put in db task completed at. So if I do that, then I want the 2UTC the 2UTC string to be exactly the same. So completed at 2UTC string to be all right, and then I want this to be update task completed at. I want you to be exactly the same. Okay. So let's rerun this. This should now fail. Okay, we're back to failing for update all tasks. And oh yeah, look at this. We expected Friday the 14th, and we received Thursday the 1st of 1970. Okay, well that's a thing. Oh, because I didn't set it. Because I didn't set it, and it was a null. It was a null that we got back, and so a null into date will give me 1970, January 1st, 1970 at midnight. Okay, we're we're on the right path again. So let's have the update task. You're going to be a string. I get the completed at as a string here. I want to turn this into a date time. So this is going to be a date equals. So I want this to be date time UTC. Is there a new? I think there's like a from. Oh, from UTC, from stir. Let's do from stir. And then this will be a completed at. Can I use to ISO string? I could, but this backend is already being used by a front end, and I don't want to necessarily change all the tests because that might affect other projects. Specifically, the Introduction to You course that is also dealing with this date. I would have thought that UTC would have been fine, but yeah. Okay, so this gives me a okay, so parse error. So let's map error. Now, I keep on doing the exact same thing with this map error. Oh, but the status code changes. So That is a thing. Um, you are going to be a app error. Says code. Now, if you failed this, it's actually it's your fault. Front end, you gave me bad data. What's the 400 again? It's like uh could be unprocessable entity. We might actually want to do that. That might actually be the best thing to do here. Um, okay, unprocessable entity, and then we do error, error, error. So question mark U, and now we have a date time UTC. Okay, and then I wonder if I can just turn this into a two. What did we call this? This was a like a too naive date. Oh, naive UTC. That's what it was. Okay. So now I have a naive date time, and then I want to set test dot completed at set some date. Or well, let's try this first, and then I can try the to ISO string. I have to like play with it a little bit. Chrono says it strictly adheres to ISO 8601, and to ISO string uses that standard format. I don't know if the parse implementation accepts any other format. Well, let's find out. This may or may not work. Oh, we got 422. Okay. That's all right. Well, yeah. So it didn't work. Let's go ahead and try this here. So we want to ISO string here. So if I change you to ISO string and we'll run the test again, and maybe you'll be happy. Okay, 5 still. So used to have failed. Oh, look at this. Okay. Expected 2022 10 14 13, and oh, it was so friggin' close. The server's on my own system. It should be literally the exact same time. Is this like microseconds? What is this final number here? Oh, wait. T6. So expected 03. Okay, so that's a difference of 6. I wonder if it thinks that because of my location and where I am, which is UTC -6 or 7, depending upon the time. So it probably thinks I'm -6 because that's Mountain Time, Mountain Standard Time. I wonder if that's why we're getting. Oh, it didn't do this. Um. Oh, so I don't want UTC anymore. I don't want UTC anymore on the task. So can I do naive? I can just do date naive. Expected naive date time. Okay, so fine. Naive local? Man, I thought I was being okay by using UTC everywhere in JavaScript, but apparently we're learning that UTC is incorrect and ISO is correct. What is the difference between ISO and UTC? UTC is UTC a time zone? Still failed. Oh, we still got exactly the same response here, even if I just did. Okay, so local and otherwise. Now, if necessary, I will check the first part of this. Um, because that's kind of what I care about. Okay, so I have this naive date. I have this date time. Oh, but you're UTC now. That's our problem. Now we're in ISO. So what if I don't want daytime UTC? What if I want date time local or just date time? Steven, I did listen to the song yesterday. It was for some reason I thought it was going to be a longer song. It was pretty short. Um, I believe that I found the song at least. It was interesting. Um, I think I'll leave it at that. Can I just use naive daytime directly? Let's find out. So it's actually this. Can I use no, I have naive date, naive time, and naive week. I don't know. Um oh, so I probably should have explained that. I don't know what type of uh uh sort of rap songs I would like. Mainly because I just haven't really listened to very many of them. So um that's that's the thing is like maybe possibly. Okay, so if that's it, I bet that naive daytime isn't exported. Is so I bet I can't directly use it. I have to go through something else. But okay, so can I do date time? What if date time from stir completed at? Bullfrist ad, hello. Then we do the entire map error thing. We do all that stuff again. Uh, oh, type annotations must be needed. Really? Wait. So from stir this gives me. Do you give me a result? Hold on. What do you give me? Do I have to give you time from stir string result self error? How do I know what type of error you are? Chrono naive date time in the latest release. Okay, well let's try that. All right, I'll rebuild that thing if I need to. So let's go to Chrono. Huh? Why couldn't I find that? Naive date time from stir completed at. All right, so you give me a result. So I want to map error. Oh, type annotations must be needed. Um, I don't know what type you are. Oh, you're a parser. Oh, Rust Analyzer is helping me out. It's a parser. Okay. Oh, okay. That's cool. So it's app error, new status code. So this is possible entity error error error. Do that. Question mark U. So that gives us a naive date time, and then I set the date. Okay. Um, yeah, it sort of felt like a jingle type thing. So yeah, it was a little bit catchy. Yeah, I would admit that. You made your first investment today. Congratulations. S&P. Well, congrats. And good luck. You can put 500 a month into it and keep on doing it. I remember that there's a term for that. Is it like laddering or something like that? Where you just like continually put stuff like regardless of what's happening in the market into it, and over time it should just grow. Okay. So no errors, and I just set this in here. Okay. Okay. Find this again. Think it would have worked if I did the test comparison using 2 ISO string. Let's see. Right now I'm doing 2 ISO string, and I'm doing a 2 ISO string back when I'm getting back, and then comparing it to this 2 ISO string. So I'm trying to do exactly the same thing. I wonder if dates can be compared, or maybe I need to pull in another date library on the JavaScript side, which I really was hoping not to have to do. Um, okay, so I try to switch to it, and I just close the window. Oops. Oh, we have to do wrong one. Nope. Okay, that one. 5 failed, so it still fails here. We got a 422 again. We got a 422. So, all right. Well, I want to once again. I probably shouldn't have stopped this. Let's right here do another debug of completed at just to see what do we have. What is JavaScript getting us? Because maybe it's just weird. People always say time and market is king, but also who wants to wait until they're 60 to use money? Well, I mean, if 100% of your money is going into the market, then yeah, you're waiting. But you don't always have to do 100%. Okay, so same problem here, but now we can see you are okay, so 2022 10 14 T14. Okay, so this that looks right. I mean, unless that's not actually what to string is supposed to do or supposed to be. Um, you think using UTC is the right thing to do. To string converts to UCC, I believe, which is so interesting. So we're getting that like what? Okay, so I'm really curious in ISO string. What are the different parts of ISO string? I'm just curious about this. So ISO string uh parts, like what's the format? So this is year, month, date, T, hour, hour. Oh, time zone, hour, hour. I think that's what it is. Okay, so if we look at this again, we're getting okay. So year, month, day. Oh, it's literally T. It's literally the letter T, and then hour, hour. So 14. Okay, so I think you're right. I think we're gonna have to do UTC time here. So date equals chrono. We'll do datetime UTC from stir. We get that, and then we'll do a native UTC. I send you. Right. Now I'm sending you format. I can put the datetime UTC back into struct. That's absolutely correct. Um, hmm. Yeah, so failed again, but it's the failure for this -6 thing. So I wonder if I need to like, how do I handle this? Um, I need to make sure that that the date times are similar, but not exactly. So the test is literally doing the exact same thing. So it's taking whatever I'm being sent back and to ISO stringing this. I could to UTC this. So I can do to UTC string to UTC string. Completed at. Okay, so this would be a new. Oh, and I have now. Okay, hold on. I could do then now dot to UTC string like that. Compare those. Maybe that will work. No, it's exactly the same problem. Um, yeah, we're getting a naive date time back. So, looking at this, we're getting a naive date time, and we're setting it to UTC here, and we're putting this in here. And the test is interpreted as my local time zone, probably. Oh, so it's probably not the database thing. Well, I am storing the date in UTC, right? Because here I'm putting this into UTC and storing that here. But I have no idea if. Okay, so one thing we can do a debug of completed at here. And time stuff just drives me crazy every time. So we have this, and let's do another debug where I'm going to put date. This is naive date time. So let's just do that. So we'll take in like what we're being passed in and what we're going to be storing into the database. And I want to see, are those the same? So, okay, we have 2022, 10, 14, T14. Okay, so these are exactly the same except this has the Z on the end. So the first one has the Z, which I think is the time zone. But then it doesn't have like what the time. Oh, it's like time zone. Okay. But then I'm putting this into the database. So you're right. So if this is going to the database, right? Okay. So naive UTC doesn't actually convert to UTC, but strips the time zone info. Oh, I wonder if this has the time zone info. When I convert to UTC, I want to then actually convert it properly to UTC. So it is naive is the wrong one to use then. Like whatever naive UTC, can I do something else? So daytime UTC from stir. So to okay, so if I do this, You would change completed at to use datetime UTC. Can I actually do that? These were automatically created for me by CORM, I believe, when I was using just datetime in the database. So tasks, yeah, datetime. Interesting. Okay, so these are just datetime. These are what it chose to use for me, and interesting. It's just datetime. And I'm not exactly sure how to tell CRM otherwise, because it seems to be happy with this. Okay, but back to task. Okay, so um, if I have you, now I want to do dot. Now, date with time zone. What if I don't want naive local? Can I like do naive local and then go to UTC? Um, what are things that give me a naive date time? Is that it? Offset. Time zone is time zone offset. Now, if I do this offset, that gives me, what does it give me? A UTC. Oh, so that's not, that's not what I want. Oh, that gives me the offset. Okay. So that's not what I want. I could do naive local, which gives me a naive date time. That's probably not correct, but I could try it. Looks like CORM's date time is Chrono's naive date time. It also exports a datetime UTC, which is datetime UTC. Okay, so we could probably use that. So if I do completed at, and this other one, we do datetime UTC. Oh, this must be from the entity prelude. That's where it's getting it from. Okay. Now I wonder if there was a way for me to tell it this. Did I create this? I don't remember if I created this. I might have created this myself. No, it's generated by CodeGen. Okay. It was generated by CodeGen. And then we have to update it a little bit. So you're upset. Naive locals. This gives me a naive date time. And you wanted a. Oh, okay. Fine. Fine. Hold on. So what do we got here? We have a datetime UTC. Okay, so then you can store this. So let's now run this again. Let's fix our error. Right. So you're in error now. So okay, no errors now. It's been a while since you've done database stuff, but do you think the recommendation for Postgres to use timestamps, which includes the time zone? Okay. I've tried finding like the recommendations in Postgres's documentation, and they don't make it easy to find. I should go looking for that again. It's been a while. 7 failed now. Okay, so we just added update task. Should be able to mark a task as completed. Oh, now we're getting a 500 error. Okay, so well, this is fun. We've added new errors in here. That's great. 500 errors. Oh, great. Okay, so you're not going to tell me what those errors are. I guess it's not going to tell me the errors because I'm handling all the errors properly and sending them back. Which is not fun. Should be able to mark a task as completed is now getting a 500 internal server error. Probably when saving the date time or the completed at. I don't know. I don't know about this. Unfortunately, I've also run out of time, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Well, I definitely can't fix this right now. Um, hmm. We're gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna have to come back on Monday and we'll continue this. We could potentially update Postgres. What type do I have in there? There's a way in this to see it. I think it's like DL TAS DT DS. No, D. What's the one where I can see the types? Describe table. Okay, so it's DS name with a capital S. I think that's what I want. D capital S. Describe table view sequencer index. Okay, so I want DS task. There we go. Completed at is timestamp without time zone. Okay. So if we update this, I believe somewhere, if I add a folder to a workspace, I bet I could find it. Oh yeah, yeah. So I can add the database in here. Here's our init where we where we initialize everything. So this is going to be complete at is you're suggesting time stamp. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm trying to. What? Arrow keys won't do anything? Fine. Time stamp TZ. Default to null for all of these. Okay. So if I do this, now I have to come here to Docker. Quit out. Okay, so I want to do a Docker compose down. So remove that. There is a Docker, the database is inside of a volume ls. It is the, no, Brooks builds database volume, maybe? Oh, full stack, this one. So remove you, then bring you up again. Should have done a D. Okay, so inserted all you. Database is ready to go. I think you're ready to go. Then oh, then I want to auto regenerate the things again. Okay, so I don't remember. Okay, so generate entity. These weren't backend tests. I want to do this in where Axum is running. Cargo watch. Okay, so we're doing a C where I'm generate entity with cert A. Source DB. Okay, yeah. That's gonna be in source DB. I do that. Generate tasks. It's now this. So if we go and take a look at our code in learning Axum, source DB tasks is now this type. Okay. Now if we go back to tasks again, there's probably going to be some errors in here. Yeah, so you're now saying, hey, we expected struct datetime fixed offset, and we have datetime UTC. Okay, so I want now is UTC now, and I want Chrono datetime with time zone now. Hold on. This needs to be a Chrono datetime fixed offset. Now. Okay, so you don't know what these things are. Fixed offset, import you. No function that. Okay, fine. What do we got? There's no now. Okay, there's nothing. Okay. Chrono. I can do local now. Date time. No. Local now. Okay. Okay, so datetime local now. Then can I do a date naive date? None of those. Okay. If I take now and then maybe we shadow it. So I want now is equal to Chrono. What was this? What was this again? Date time fixed offset. Okay. So I want now equals Chrono date time fixed offset from, can I do from now? Okay, maybe. So then down here, so this is update. All right, so same exact thing, but now we have this completed at, so I don't need this debug. Okay, so let date. We're not going to use datetime UTC. We are now going to use date time with time zone from stir, and that makes you happy. Okay, and backend tests. Wait, am I running this? I don't think I'm running this. Backend test, learning axioms. Okay, so we do a cargo watch. Is it gonna work? It's after 8:33, so regardless if it's gonna work, this is gonna be the last thing we do. We're looking for 4 failed instead of 7. Maybe, possibly 4 failed. Okay, and there we go. We should be able to update all fields in the task. Excellent. Okay, that worked. Oh man. Okay, so that was an adventure. But thank you, Asitsu, for the suggestion to change the type of dates that we're storing in the database, and that actually made everything work. So, oh man, let's go ahead and commit this before we forget. This is going to be a so still work in progress, updating task, and we'll push that on up. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out today, and for helping out with getting this. Also, move the datetime fixed offset to the struct instead of a string. Oh yeah, I need to do that. I will try to remember to do that this thing. So let's do next. Move date time to be destructured. Destructured? Is that right? Structured, and no, it's not right. It's deserialized. Deserialized. In the update request struct for update. All right. We'll do that first thing on Monday, which is going to be Monday at around 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Today it was a little bit early. Managed to get up a little bit earlier, so we started early, went a little bit late too, so we got us some extra time in. But we'll see about Monday. No streams this weekend. I'm gonna take those times to go long bike rides, hang out, just sleep, do all that fun stuff. So with that, have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your weekend, and have a great have good coding time. So I don't have anything else. See you next time. Bye.